So this weekly YouTube video is going to be a bit different from our usual podcast upload where I speak to business owners and entrepreneurs. This week, I'm not able to shoot the podcast, so I'm out here in Dubai for a mastermind. But while I'm out here, I thought I'd record a video and share the top 5 books which have helped me on my journey from starting, scaling, buying and selling businesses. So the first book I would encourage anyone to read who wants to think about business at a higher level is Go Do Deals by Jeremy-Harbour. In this book, Jeremy talks about thinking like a shareholder and creating shareholder value. Now that goes even further than the usual, spend more time getting customers than you do operating on your business. This goes one step further to actually not necessarily focus on getting customers, but more focus on thinking like a shareholder, and ultimately creating shareholder value means increasing your top line turnover and creating efficiencies and improving the bottom line profit of a business. So it's a completely different mindset from even operating to growing a business. It's one step further, and if anyone wants to think of business at the highest level, I really recommend reading that book. The reason I want to lead with that, it's at the forefront of my mind at the moment as I go to this next chapter on my business journey. Jeremy also talks about strategic partnerships as well, which is something that I've only really just come into, which is partner up with people who have opposite skill sets. So if you're really good at growing businesses, doing deals, and you should look at bringing in an operations partner, or look to work with other business where there's synergies so you can use that leverage. That's a big thing he talks about as well, is leverage. So shareholder value, strategic partnerships, and leverage. Think as a totally different level. The second book is a book called Epic Content Marketing. Now this helped me massively at the start of my business journey. It goes into the psychology of getting customers in this 21st century, in 2024, 2025, and on social media. It was a real shock when I first tried to get customers that people weren't bothered about me. And this book sums it up perfectly. Customers are only bothered about themselves and what's in it for them. So it's about creating marketing messages and marketing pieces which positions the content and the marketing and the product and the service in a way which truly benefits the customer and isn't just promoting yourself. The third one isn't just a book, but it's more of a business person who I think should be studied, and that's James Sinclair. I think he's got about 4 or 5 books out at the moment about getting customers and building teams, but he shares a lot on YouTube, and some of his philosophies are spend 80% of your time growing your business and 20% of your time operating. If you can get to that balance, that's how you're going to have the best chance of success. He also talks about something called E+M=S as well. When you're a business owner and you're just starting out, you're wearing tons of caps. But if you can be the entrepreneur with the E, and then if you can bring in the management, that is ultimately the formula for success and allow you to be that 80-20 person who's growing the business. A couple of other philosophies as well, which James has talked about, is getting out of your environment and allowing your time to think, which is exactly what I'm doing here. Getting out of my environment, I'm thinking bigger, and that's where the best ideas come from. James says on this channel, and since I started doing that, this definitely helped. It's an investment in yourself, in your business, but also in your mind and how you think, and it's all about thinking bigger. The fourth book would be Key Person of Influence, Daniel Priestley. This book is brilliant for thinking about socials and marketing, and also developing a personal brand and creating leverage. Again, going back to the Go Do Deals book, all these people are talking about leverage. Daniel isn't necessarily talking about shareholder value or strategic partnerships in this book, but more so about leveraging your brand and the opportunities that can come off the back of doing that. One thing which I've implemented in my business from Daniel's quote is creating a wait list and getting signals of interest from buyers when launching a product or service. And the last one, this is a bit cheeky, but it's the Fast Pound Slow Pound podcast. This is my podcast where I speak to business owners, entrepreneurs on their journey, sharing their challenges, the successes, how they got to where they are now. It's real business and real people. So if you like that sort of stuff and you're on a similar journey, go and check that out. It's a Fast Pound Slow Pound podcast.